Hello everybody, and welcome to The Longing, Day 100. Day 100, and we are in these strange caves. These black as night, dark, pitch black caves. I dreamed about a well. Where we last left off, we found a fork in the road of sorts, but we don't know what it looks like. We just know that our character told us it's a fork in the road. And it's a dirt path. Or, wait. I thought it was dirt. Uh-oh. I don't know if we're even in the same place that I thought we were. But we were going up, I think. I hope. I'm gonna feel like a real idiot if I go all the way back. Let's see what happens if I, This is the way to my dirt waypoint. So let's see what happens. Because I made a waypoint to where the dirt was. How far could it be? And it's showing that our character's eyes are looking down, so that implies that we're on a slope, right? And now they're not. No. Normally the character's eyes follow where your cursor is. So it... Ooh. Okay. So, this is the fork in the road where we go up. Hopefully we're going up. Because we all know how tricky it is to get everything right in, with like going up and down paths. Doesn't necessarily help when you can't even see them. So I was hoping to do something special for the 100th episode and all. I was hoping to get Marcelo on, but it didn't work out. Marcelo will not be coming on for a very long time. He's busy. Gonna be more dirt. It's gonna be at least the 15th of December before he can come on, and that'll just be when I record a video. It'll actually come out probably days after that, so... Oh. What? What is this? Don't know. I hope we get to come back here with light at some point. That'd be nice. And actually see what's around here. So then I thought, like, if we can't get Marcelo, is there some cool topic I can talk about? And the answer is no, I don't have a cool topic either. I used up all my topics. This might be good enough. We're finding something. What have we found? What could it be? Could it be? Could it be what I think it could be? The exit, maybe? Of these caves? The outside world, maybe? What's that thing over there? There's dots up in the corner. That looks like a mouth. Oh god, that's a skeleton. What is this? Another living being? That seems to be sleeping. I can't help it. Because it went directly in his eye. He like looked up and he was like, what? And it fell right in his eye. Maybe it was his biggest dream to be a unicorn one day. It didn't work. Give me the mattock. A handy mattock. Useful for harvesting minerals and for breaking through fragile walls. I now have 3 mattocks. Huzzah! Stealing from the dead when we didn't need to. Can we go through here? It looks like we should be able to. But it's just a background 2D image that we can't go into. That's a strange thing to do. Unless something comes out of it, like a monster's gonna crawl out of here. That looks like a human skeleton. Maybe this is the way out, and could be humans. Humans. Well, it's awkward in these places where I have something where this is all new areas, so I don't want to start talking about something. But then there's these long stairways and hallways. So if I don't say anything, then it's too much dead air. But I don't know. Oh, can I pick up from this wood? I feel like I might be able to take wood from these things. Nope, cannot. This looks like something that could be animated, and maybe I can do something. And I'm also getting that fear of holes, like something's gonna shove their hand out and grab me from that hole. We actually found the way out? The perfect content for a 100th episode? Let me shut up and listen to the music. Really quiet. The funny thing is our character wouldn't know that they're on the surface because he's still in walls. That pink thing. Something feels odd about this cave. Secret tower. What? A wizard's tower. Are these wizard tomes of magic? As the former owner of this book can't make use of it anymore, I feel no guilt in taking it with me. I now have 38 books at home. We just take them all? Book will keep me company at home. Fun to read for sure. A strange book. I like that cage over there that's so small, and the bones are jutting out of it. You belong here, book? I better take you to a safe place. Does this book contain the clue I need? There's a strange little window. But what are these animals? Some sort of four-legged creature. An empty cage. What if one of these cages is for me? Bird. Okay. What the heck is the point of these shingles here? Ain't no way I'm stealing this crystal. Okay, unless they give me a big glowing option that just says pick up, because that implies I can just steal it, and I can just put it back if I want to. But part of me wonders, is that gonna is it gonna be the apocalypse stone from D&D and the world's gonna fall apart if I pick up this crystal? The only reason I know about that is from the Spoonie episode, the Counter Monkey episode where Spoonie talks about it. There's no way out. Whoever lived here made sure of that. A bone crusher. A stork is making a nest up there, it seems. I don't like storks. How do you even know what a stork is? That doesn't make any sense. Wait, can we just zoom out and let's see how far it'll let us zoom out and see. A slow, dramatic zoom. If we go up there and we crawl into that nest and just wait, then Velka will take us to the next Dark Souls area. Dark Souls weapon. Let's see, can we see anything else cool? And look, the mountains. The mountains. I'm just gonna keep going as long as it lets us continue to zoom out for. I feel like it's slowing down in its zoom, but continuing. Why is it still making drip cave sounds in the background? Certainly not a very pleasant day, or at least it's pleasant enough, but it's very cloudy, very gray day. This is such a tease. I'm waiting for like the pointy end of this, and it keeps going slower and slower. And like this is the tallest thing. Are we ever gonna see the end? The tippy top of this tower. I'm sure it'd be easier if it's gonna give us an option to like try and fix this ladder or something, but well, in the meantime, here's the idea that I did have in case this episode was really boring, and it's not, but this moment is. The idea was go to a random Wikipedia page and then just start going down rabbit holes and see what kind of weird places I end up on. So let's see, random page, here we go. I've got this open on my laptop. Joseph N. Perry, born April 18th, 1948, is an American prelate of the Roman Catholic Church. What's a prelate? Let's click that. A prelate, a high-ranking member of the clergy who is an ordinary or... What's an ordinary? An ordinary, from Latin ordinarius, is an officer of a church or civic authority who by reason of office has ordinary power to execute laws. I would check ordinary power, but it doesn't, You know, my stupid ideas for things to do in this series reminds me so much of that SpongeBob episode where SpongeBob throws a house party and he's like, we have to have an idea. We all have to do something. We have to play my fun party games. What fun party games do you have? I'll read out the newspaper to you guys. And then he makes them all sit down. Continuing, because we have to do this in this very important episode. Ordinary power, I wish I could click on a link for that. Because I don't know what that means. There's a cool, like, image of, like, a stained glass window here. Pope Pius XI depicted in this window at Cathedral of Our Lady of Peace, Honolulu. That's cool. Wait, there's a place in Honolulu that like got cool stained glass. Let's check that one. The Cathedral Basilica of Our Lady of Peace, also known by its original French name, Cathédrale de Notre-Dame de la Paix. Do you like my French accent? Its Portuguese variant, Catedral de Nossa Senhora de Paz, and its Hawaiian derivative, Malia Oka Maluhale Pule Nui, is the mother church of the Diocese of Honolulu. What's a diocese? Officially in Latin, Diocesis Honoluluensis is an ecclesiastical territory or particular church of the Catholic Church in the United States. The diocese comprises the entire state of Hawaii and the unincorporated Hawaiian Islands. The diocese is suffragan to and part of the ecclesiastical... Let's look up suffragan. In the Anglican Communion, a suffragan bishop is a bishop who is subordinate to a metropolitan bishop or a diocesan bishop, and so is not normally jurisdictional in their role. Okay, let's see. Can we find any interesting hyperlinks on this page? This looks like we're getting more and more boring with the links we click. The Diocese of Chelmsford. I only read that because the word Chelmsford or whatever, that sounds cool. But I'm not clicking that. Diocese of Portsmouth and of Sodor and Man. What is Sodor and Man? I don't want to die. I don't want to know what this is. Let's start over. I don't want any more religious stuff. This is too much religious stuff. Starting over. David Oden. David Arnold Oden is a professor of linguistics at Ohio State University. His contributions to linguistics have been in the area of phonology and language description, most notably African tone and the description of Bantu languages. Let's look into Bantu languages. The Bantu languages are a large family of languages spoken by the Bantu peoples throughout sub-Saharan Africa. As part of the Bantoid group, they are part of the Benue-Congo language family, which in turn is part of the larger Niger-Congo phylum. This is too much science! How do we get out of this science and get to something crazy? I know it's my own fault for only clicking. In addition, Kintu. Wait, this is a derogatory word? Oh, did I say something bad? Kintu refers to things and is used as a dehumanizing term for people who have lost their dignity. In addition, Kintu is a figure in some mythologies. Okay, this sounds kind of interesting. Let's check this. Kintu is a mythological figure who appears in a creation myth of the Buganda people of Uganda. That sounds like made up. Like, someone said, who lives in Uganda? The Bugandan people. According to this legend, Kintu was the first person on Earth and the first man to wander the plains of Uganda alone. He is also known as God or the father of all people who created the first kingdoms. Kintu in mythology. In the creation myth recorded by Harry Johnson, Harry Johnson, Kintu appears on the plains of Buganda with a cow, which was his only possession, and he fed on its milk and cow dung before being rewarded bananas and millet from the sky god, Gugulu. Before his encounter with Gugulu, Kintu meets a woman named Nambi and her sister who had come from the sky. They first take his beloved cow to Gugulu to prove his humanness and to seek Gugulu's permission of his admission into the sky. Once arriving in the sky, Kintu's humanness is tested by Gugulu through 5 consecutive trials, each one trickier and more difficult than the last. This really sounds like a joke, a bar joke, like, there will be 5 trials, and you will do this. The first trial, you had to talk. There was a blonde, and there was a brunette, and you know what I mean. It sounds like that kind of bullshit. Let's see. Each one trickier and more difficult than the last. However, Kintu is able to come out of. I lost my place. This is such good content. When you're up here and you're like, explore the cool place! No, we gotta read Wikipedia. We gotta read about Gugulu. Kintu is able to come out of each trial victorious with the assistance of an unidentified divine power. Gugulu is impressed with Kintu's wit and resilience, rewarding his efforts with his daughter Nambi and many agricultural gifts as dowry, which included bananas, potatoes. I thought they didn't have potatoes. Well, maybe in Africa they had potatoes. I thought that, like, potatoes were from the New World, like the Peruvians or whatever, like, worked with potatoes and nowhere else. But I guess they had them in Africa too. Beans, maize, corn, ground nuts, and a hen. Wait, yeah, am I missing something? Because Uganda's in Africa, and all of these things aren't like corn and potatoes. It's American stuff. Whatever. From this point, Kintu was given the basic materials to be able to create life in Uganda. However, before leaving the sky, Kintu and Nambi were warned by Gugulu not to come back for any reason, as they made their journey back to Earth for fear that Nambi's brother, Warumbe, or Walumbe, meaning disease and death in Bantu, would follow them back to Earth and cause them great trouble. Kintu and Nambi disregarded Gugulu's warning, and Kintu returned to the sky to fetch the millet, the hen. The millet the hen had to feel on, had to feed on, while on Earth, that Nambi had left behind, and in his short time there, Warumbe had figured Nambi's whereabouts and convinced Kintu to allow him to live with them on Earth. Upon seeing Warumba accompanying Kintu on their way down from the sky, Nambi at first denied her brother, but Warumbe eventually persuaded her into allowing him to stay with them. The three of them first settled in Magongo in Buganda, where they rested and planted the first crops on Earth: banana, maize, corn, beans, and groundnuts. During this time, Kintu and Nambi had 3 children, and Warumbe insisted on claiming one as his own. Kintu denied his request, promising him one of his future children. Is this the Rumpelstiltskin? What if this was all just one big troll post on Wikipedia, and this was all fake, and it's gonna end with like, and then the guy came down and he broke the table, and it's, what is it, the Undertaker joke. Promising him one of his future children. However, Kintu and Nambi proceeded to have many more children and denied Warumbe with each child, causing him to lash out and declare to kill each and every one of Kintu's children and claim them in that sense. Each day for 3 days, one of Kintu's children died by the hands of Warumbe until Kintu returned to the sky and told Gugulu of the killings. Gugulu expected the actions of Warumbe and sent Kaikuzi, meaning digger in Bantu, his son, to Earth to attempt to capture and bring Warumbe back to the sky. Kintu and Kaikuzi descended to Earth and were notified by Nambi that a few more of their children had died during Kintu's trip to the sky. In response to this, Kaikuzi called upon Warumbe, and the two met and fought. During the fight, Warumbe was able to slip away into a hole in the ground and continued to dig deeper as Kaikuzi tried to retrieve him. These gigantic holes are believed to be in the present-day Natinda. After relentless digging, Kaikuzi tired out and took a break from chasing Warumbe. Kaikuzi remained on Earth for 2 more days and ordered silence among all things on Earth during that time, before sunrise, in an attempt to lure Warumbe out of the ground. However, just as Warumbe started to get curious and came out from under the ground, some of Kintu's children spotted him and screamed out, scaring Warumbe back into the earth. Tired and frustrated with his wasted effort and broken orders, Kaikuzi returned to the sky without capturing Warumbe, who stayed on Earth and is responsible for the misery and suffering for Kintu's children today. However, Kaikuzi is still chasing Warumbe, and every time earthquakes and tsunamis strike, it is Kaikuzi is almost catching Warumbe. Alright. I'm not going to read the rest of this, that was enough. That was kind of cool. It's stopping. We're not going to be able to see the very top. I don't know what that top bit is. This was all pointless. Besides that we got to see a cool thing. Let's get up, and let's check. I've never felt more alone. And let's check, what is this bone crusher doing here? We got some prayer experience? Come on. No interact at all? Can't grind this? Can I go around it? Do it from this side? No, only... It's like the center of the room. Oh well, whatever. How about up here? Can we go up here? At all? It seems like very much no, we can't go up here. Let me up. Maybe we just let it zoom out too much and now it's like messed up. Let's try going up and down the ladder and then try interacting with things again. Let me back up. Okay. Now will it let us do it? No. And still nothing. No options. Okay. Oh well. What if this was a lich? And this is the lich's crystal. And he made the crystal by like crushing bones. It's a philosopher's stone. You'd think that this guy, and I just voice cracked really bad, that this guy, why is this like cave walls, and the rest of this is a castle? Like, he would have had to build this stone formation, right? This wouldn't have just been here, would it? That'd be a really weird rock to just be here, but maybe. Alright. Let's go for it. Let's see if this ends the world if we pick up this crystal. It's making music. Alright, let's... Here goes nothing. This will look better in my home. That was very anticlimactic. Well, maybe we should go to sleep in this house and see if anything happens the next day. Like, I wonder if there's a day-night cycle in this game. I'd be very interested to find that out. In real life, it's currently night. It's like, in my time, it's 10:42 p.m. So, But let's go up here and sleep in this castle, and see if anything cool comes of that, of sleeping in this castle on this top floor. Any dialogue? I know it's a long shot, but I gotta go for the long shots. I gotta try. Alright. I'm gonna talk to you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Later.